نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي رب زدني علما اللهم فقهنا في الدين آمين يا رب العالمين. May Allah protect us from shaitan and may Allah give us deep knowledge to understand this. Okay, so today I asked you guys will prepare and you guys will explain me the tafsir. Today we are going to cover the prologue and tomorrow we are going to do next. So who has courage to start? Who will start the prologue and teach me? No one? Okay, then I will pick one. Okay, no problem, Ali. It's okay. You can read and explain it to me. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah. This is the prologue and first, okay, I can give you 2 minutes to read the first 2 or 3 paragraphs. Okay, you can take two paragraphs. Everyone read the first 2 paragraphs and then I will call a name and then he or she will explain that paragraph, what's in the paragraph. Okay? Your time starts now to review. Read. Okay, I hope you guys reviewed. Okay, Javeria, can you unmute yourself and start? What was in this paragraph? Can you unmute yourself? I cannot hear you. Not yet. Okay, check your mic. Okay. Alim, are you ready? Can you do that?
I am still taking highlighting some notes.
Okay. This will take time. We will not be able to finish that in time then.
Okay, then I'll start to do the first paragraph.
Yeah, Jazakallah khair.
Okay, so basically the first paragraph, well, the surah is mainly about it's like talking about the events in the past, so it's mainly just stories and lessons. So first is the story of the sleepers in the cave, then there's a man with 2 gardens, and there's also like a reference to Adam and Shaitan. In the middle of the surah, there's a story of Moses and the pious man. And toward the end of the surah, there is you could say like story sort of thing of Dhul-Qarnayn. The stories are a big chunk of this surah.
Okay, so my question is, how many stories are in this surah?
4.
4. But if you will read this, that's first we have story of the sleepers in the cave, followed by the man with the 2 gardens. If you are going to count, these are 2, and the third one is then a reference to Adam and Satan. So does it a story or it's just a reference?
Oh, it's just a reference, but it's still 4.
So this is not a story. So you should understand that it's just as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is just giving us a reference, and he's just telling how the Satan became our enemy. And then the next 2 stories begin with the Moses and the pious man, and then account of Zulkarnain.
Okay.
Okay. What is the central theme of the surah?
The central theme of the surah is to like purge faith of all alien concepts. So basically, it seeks to it wants to establish correct and accurate thoughts and reasoning, as and also like make
off the.
Okay, that's good. Jazakallah khair. Okay, you can mute yourself, Alim. You have done your 2 paragraphs. Now it's, I think, Javedia's turn,
Okay.
because I think Javedia's mic is fixed now. So,
Okay.
Okay, Javedia, you will do the next 2 paragraphs. The purging faith of alien concepts is determined. You don't have to read it, you just explain it, because we have already done the reading part. Now it's just a reviewing.
So the main, okay, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, so the main theme of the surah is to like remove any misconceptions about Islam and like show the correct path. And there's just the verses in the next paragraph.
For the next 2 paragraphs, you can tell that how the surah starts and ends. Because mostly there is the translation of the verses, so you can just tell me how it begins and how it concludes the surah.
So the surah starts and ends with declaring God's oneness. So it's just like it's showing that like Allah has no partners, and clear and absolute distinction between God and the other beings.
So is it allowed to call upon others on the graves or someone? Does it call the making partners with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala if we go to some graves and ask something?
No.
No means is it? It's not like a making partners, or it's like a making partner?
It's not like making.
Yeah. Did you remember that we have covered in the sleepers of the cave what people thought? They will build, they will erect a building, and then they will pray in there.
Oh yeah, where they were buried and they built a temple on top.
Yeah. So was it allowed?
No.
No. So that means there are different types of making partners with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So it's not here, but I'm just explaining it to you so that we can understand more how differently we can make, and we even didn't realize that there is shirk fi zat, that we think that okay, there's an idols, or we think that there's sun is God, the fire is God, some people think, right? So that is also shirk. And the other one is shirk fi sifat, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's characteristics, like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is as-samir, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala
All
can
hearing.
all hearing. Yes, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala hears each and everyone. I am talking, he's listening. And you can think about in a class, if one student is talking and everyone listen, and it's easy to listen, right? But if everyone is talking, will you be able to hear everyone? No, right? So what does it mean? That we cannot hear, like we cannot be multitasking, we cannot hear more than one person at one time. We have to listen one or other. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can hear everyone and gives everyone accordingly. So this is also called shirk, or making partners with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So we have to be very careful about these. So inshallah, we'll go ahead and see. Okay, Tahrim, can you read and try to explain the next two paragraphs? No, you just skim it and then explain it, what's in the paragraph. Thank you. You're welcome. Can you do it? Okay, 1 minute.
This paragraph tells you that the sleepers in the cave were quoted saying, like, they will always believe in one God and no other God but Him.
So actually the surah touches on this theme several times, right? So we can see it's in the sleepers of the cave story as well. They also admitted that. And then next paragraph. In the next story of two gardens. If you say see the italic style of writing, it's the translation of the verses. Okay, so if you read the first 1.5 line as it relates to the story of man with two gardens, the surah quoted the argument of a believer as he say to his friend. So you will get to know that okay, the basic theme is believing in one Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and not making the partner. So in the first story, it because it is saying the surah touches in this theme on this theme several times. So the believers of sleepers in the cave, they also said it. And then the man with two gardens, his friend also said these things, that do not deny or make partners with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And you have to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given you everything, and still you are not showing gratitude to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So this is how you can explain it to me.
Okay.
Okay, so work from home, I suppose that it's Zara Sara. Zara Sara, are you there? Okay, Aleem is my superhero. Aleem, can you do next two?
Okay. So it also draws one of the scenes of the Day of Judgment. So basically Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will call on the people who believe that people who did shirk and believe that Allah is partners. So yeah, and they think it explains to the unbelievers think that they could take my creatures for patrons against me. So in other words, do the disbelievers think that they could take Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's own creations against him? So yeah, for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has prepared hellfire for those who turned against Allah.
and who make associate partners with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Yeah, who do shirk.
Yeah, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will or can forgive each and every sin we do, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will never forgive the sin of shirk.
Yeah.
So this is the biggest sin a person can do, making partners with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Okay, so then in the second paragraph, yeah, I'm just skimming.
Yeah, take your time.
So basically, the I think the establishment refers to hellfire. So it's basically, so if it refers,
where you are?
I'm on the last full paragraph of the page.
183.
Yeah, page 183.
Okay.
So I think establishment refers to hellfire. So basically, hellfire is, or no, but I don't really understand the first sentence that much. It's
the establishment of clear and accurate thought of reasoning is made manifest in the rejection of the claims of all those who associate partners with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because they assert what they do not know. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has clearly mentioned in the Quran that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will not forgive the sin of associating partner with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Okay.
And
so
this is like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has clearly mentioned that.
Okay. And the disbelievers who have done shirk, they have actually no evidence to prove what they claim. So
yes.
So
okay.
yeah. So the surah also directs, like, it wants human beings to make their judgment only when they have proper like evidence or proof.
Yes, in the next paragraph on the next page, the first paragraph, it's like what is in this paragraph, that if you have no certain knowledge, you cannot say anything, or you just don't say anything, you just keep quiet is better than saying something, because it's not appropriate. Because when you are not clear about anything, and you are saying it might be wrong, it might be get into the lie or something, so which is which can be a sin.
Okay.
Okay. And then Nivedya, can you continue next?
The next paragraph?
Yeah, in the story of Moses, from that paragraph.
So the next paragraph is talking about how like Allah controls everything. Like you don't have all situations are like attributed to Allah.
Okay, then next, the main purpose of the surah. What is the main purpose?
The main purpose of the surah is to make like a basis for Islam, for all the ideas.
Do you know how how people can make gold things? Because did you ever see the gold in a raw position?
No.
Okay, if you saw gold in raw condition, you cannot say that it's gold, or maybe it will not look like a gold. So what they do, in a very, very high temperature, they just melt it. So all the impure things get down and the pure gold will stay there. So what will happen, that the reality and the truth is just like gold. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants to clear all other concepts and idea which is like making and doing shirk with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants that things to be alone and make the faith as the base of the thing. That if your faith is pure and your faith is strong, then you will be successful in the life as well. Because all proper and good values are attribute to faith and good action. So when your faith is strong, then automatically you will do good deeds. But if you're doing good deeds but your faith is not strong, or there's some problem in your faith, what will happen to your good deeds? What will happen?
They will start like declining, decreasing.
They
No, they will not be
help.
acceptable.
Oh,
Yeah. If you have strong faith, you're in kind of like you are also right, that if you have strong faith, your good deeds will increase. You will be conscious in praying, you will be conscious for your wuzu, you will be conscious for your fasting, you will be conscious with everything which have like good actions. You will be conscious with that. But if your faith has some doubts in there, some problems in there, so the first of all, your good action will not be acceptable. And second of all, if you are doing some good things, it will getting reduced because you have doubts in there, you have some thoughts, those thoughts which shouldn't be there. So that's why the faith and the good action, whenever you will read Quran, you always read Aminu wa amilus solihat. Aminu means faith, wa amilus solihat means good action. So whenever there's faith, good deeds will come right after it. And the next line is like, any other value which does not have its basis in faith is unworthy, as I explained, right? So our faith should be strong on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and then we can whatever the good deeds we'll do, even the intention, if you have good intentions of doing good deeds, it will be accepted in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, even though you are not able to see the result or something. Maybe you get away from that things, or it's snatched from you or something like that, whatever happened, but your intention was pure, so that's why you will get rewarded on your intentions. And in the story of the sleepers of the cave, those young believers who abandoned their community and went to the cave are clear about the purpose. So we should also clear about it, inshallah. Okay, Tarim, can you skim next paragraph and we share some?
The surah tells the prophet, like, asking him to be patient and like paying no attention, by paying no attention to the like
Things of the world.
things of the world, or those who don't like understand their duty towards God.
Whatever is on the earth is the adornments of the world, like the sun or the moon or the stars. They looks beautiful, right? So they looks beautiful outside. Even when you go outside and see the star and moon, in scientifically they might have their actions and they are doing something, but when we go outside and see the sky and the big moon, what we say, okay mama, look at the moon, see it's so beautiful, and something like that. This we can see the stars. So it's, these are the adornments of the world. Like you decorate your wall in your room, the same Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has decorated the sky with the star and moon. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, don't uh, don't pay any regard to those things which people are like decorating their life or something. So have patience and do not indulge in that thing. Okay, again Alim, your turn.
Okay. Is it the paragraph, the story of the two gardens and their owner's portrait?
Yes.
Okay. So the first sentence is, the story of the two gardens and their owner portrays how a believer is proud of his faith. So basically valuing it is much higher than wealth, position, or luxury. So this means that a true believer is like basically his faith, it would be as in value, it would be much higher than the like worldly things like wealth, position, or luxury, for example. A believer states the truth clearly to his arrogant friend. So basically, yeah, so he says that like the believer states the truth clearly to his arrogant friend. And he also reminds his arrogant friend about forgetting Allah and remember to like pray and be thankful to Allah of most things.
Good job. Do the next one as well. You're
Okay.
doing good.
Once the story has been told, the surah then depicts this present life and how it is prone to rapid change. So what that means is I think it's like the wealthy friend. So basically, at first he's all wealthy and everything, but soon everything starts to like change pretty quickly. Wealth and prosperity are soon replaced by something totally different. So I'm guessing, as per like if I were a person who didn't read the book or the story, I would say that it's wealth and prosperity were maybe like it wasn't going to be anymore for the arrogant friend.
Yeah. Actually, after this story, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, one story finished of the two gardens, the story is completed. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told us that wealth and the prosperity are soon replaced by something totally different. Okay. So this is after the story.
Okay.
And this is followed by a clear statement showing the difference between transitory values and everlasting ones. Like wealth and children are the adornment of this life, the world of life of this world, but the things that will be forever and everlasting will be the good deeds, and they will have a much better reward and everything.
Yes.
Inshallah. Okay, Javiria, next two paragraph.
So this paragraph is about Dhul Qarnayn, and that's when he built the wall to protect against the Ya'juj and Ma'juj.
So
and the people offered him money, and he said that what Allah will give me is better than anything than you could give. And at the end, when he was done, he said that he did it all because of Allah's help and not because of his own power.
So this is this shows his humbleness, right?
Yes.
Because he does not believe on the stuff Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given him, but he was thankful to that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given me these things, so that's why I was able to do it. So whenever you earn something or you get something, don't ever think, okay, this was like I worked so hard for this thing and I achieved that. No, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, everything, whenever you get success, it just related to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. that it was Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's blessing that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given me this position, or I can score this much high, and I'm getting this in my life. This is all blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay, Tareen. Next. The whole surah concentrates.
The surah only concentrates on 3 purposes. It begins by praising God.
Okay.
It also states that whatever we find on this book is like a test for us, and it will all go away.
Yes.
Yeah.
Next.
The second one, like mentions a prophet. Allah told him to abandon those who don't remember Allah, and it's the story of the 2 gardens.
And the third stage?
It includes linked like scenes of the Day of Judgment. It refers to Adam and Shaitan, and it concludes with an explanation of the destruction of those who oppressed while treating sinners with mercy. So it gave the bad people bad and good people good.
Jazakallah khair. And the next one is the story of the Moses and the pious man is a 4th stage, and while the 5th stage was the Zulkarnain. And then story finishes as it begins, giving happy news to believers and more warning to unbelievers. The surah starts with the Alhamdulillah, and it ends with the praising of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And again, reminding that God's oneness without making any partners to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So Alhamdulillah, you all did so well, mashallah. You all understand it. I'm so happy and proud of all of you that everyone explained very nicely, Alhamdulillah. So, Barakallahu feekum. Inshallah, next week, no, not next week, sorry, in next class tomorrow, okay, I will tell you. We are going to start a distinctive system of values, okay? The real tafsir begins from here. So, inshallah, I will tell you from which page to which page you can read tonight or maybe after school, so that we can, because today we are getting so much time to skimming and reading and everything. So I want you to prepare before and explain more, inshallah. So we will start from the page 192, and we will cover at least 4 pages. Okay, till okay, yeah, till here, before spreading grace, okay, till page 196. We'll complete till page 196. Clear to everyone?
Yes.
Okay, good job. So, Barakallahu feekum. I'm very happy to see the growth and the learning of all of you. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give you barakah in this, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect all of you from evil, and make you a sadqa jariyah for your parents and the coolness of their eyes. Okay, jazakallahu khairan kaseera. Barakallahu feekum. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam.